All right, we just got done watching Guardians of the Galaxy. We got some people here they're gonna let us know what they think. Okay, real quick. What do you think about the movie, man? What's up? What do you think about the movie?
I thought it was a great movie. It's
hilarious. Great, hilarious.
I thought it was pretty awesome.
1 through 10, 1 through 10.
Probably 8.5.
8.5, 9.
I'm giving it about an 8.
8?
9.
9? Hey, that's 8.5 average. It's getting some good numbers. It's pulling some stuff. Okay, 1 through 10, 1 through 10. Quick numbers, 1 through 10.
8.5.
9.
10.
9.3.
1 through 10, 1 through 10. She's hot losers. 1 through 10. 6.
I give it a 9.
Okay, so that's an average of about an 8.83 if my math is correct. 1 through 10.
At least a 9. Probably 9.
Solid 9.
At least a 9. You heard it here first. At least a 9. It's getting good reviews so far. Okay, favorite parts. Favorite part of the whole movie.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I like the awesome retro music. I've been waiting for a long time for that with the Uka Chagas and the
Oh,
original
yes, the
trailer.
music was
I was waiting
excellent.
for the music.
I mean, they were just, and they threw the Temptations in at the end. I was just loving it.
Little dance action.
Yes, the dance off. Okay, so most exciting parts. What do we think?
The duck.
The duck? Oh, that's a spoiler. How was the duck fat? Well, any other parts? What do we think?
When the green girl almost died.
Okay, I feel like that was the entire movie. She was almost
Yeah,
dying.
pretty much, yeah.
Favorite part?
Groot. Whole movie.
Groot.
Honestly, I
Groot
think
can
the
do
favorite
some
part is when the dance off.
That was great.
Alright, great. Favorite parts?
I liked anything in like the space odyssey part of it, where it's just out in space, where they're doing the fighting.
Oh,
That's
definitely. They were just like floating in space and kind of mask. It was awesome. Favorite part?
Zoe Saldana.
Oh,
So hot.
up high what Jesus is. Any color she is. She's
I know,
hot.
right?
It doesn't matter what color this woman
She's
is.
so hot.
She's sexy. It's crazy.
I know.
Favorite part? Groot. I am Groot.
Anything Groot.
I am Groot. All right, this is spoiled real quick. I need a Guardians of the Galaxy. 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy!
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Alrighty, welcome to Spoiled. I am your host, Paul Kelly. The topic and the movie we will be discussing this evening is one we just all saw. Guardians of the Galaxy. So first I'd like to introduce the panel. We got to my right,
Brad Barnes.
Mr. Bradley, yes, and we have Colorado,
Michael.
and Star-Lord.
AKA Star-Lord. Also known as Tez.
My name is Tim. He's more like a star, like Duke. A star, no.
Not quite. What did he say? Star Prince?
Yeah, that's what he said. Me Star Prince. What are you talking about? They have no idea. No one has any idea what we're talking about. They haven't seen the movie.
But they're about to know all about it.
Just tell them what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so first, Bradley. What do you think about the movie, man?
Out of all the Marvel movies we've seen, I think this is probably one of my favorites, actually. And I said it before we even started all of this. With the lack of canon, the story was whatever they wanted it to be. And I think they did a good job of putting forth something worth watching and something that will, spawn good movies to come too. So.
Yeah, they're definitely going off.
Oh yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that point, but at the same time, like, absolutely, Guardians of the Galaxy, the contained candidates there. But as watching the movie, there's so much of the other, like, the interstellar canon of Marvel is there. It's really
very cool. They drop Marvel. I mean, we see Howard the Duck. they drop every Marvel thing they
Spoiled. We should have a sounding of spoiled.
Colorado, what do you think about the movie, man?
I loved it, man. As an outsider of the comic world, because I don't know much about anything when it comes to that. I just know what the movie I just saw tonight, and I liked it. You don't need to know anything about anything to love this movie. It really is a great movie.
It's pretty on that book. Completely. I'm one of those guys that really only learned about this stuff because of the two main guys here, Brad and Tim. Those guys are
The nerds? You're talking about the nerds?
I like to call them my librarians of knowledge for the comic book world.
Yes.
Reki saw a little bit of that in there, you know, all that fun jazz, but all in all, I did thoroughly enjoy it. Timothy, I liked it. I liked it a lot. But I like you and I want you and I need you. No, it was awesome. It's amazing to see like what you know Joss Whedon and all the guys there that run this Marvel Studios and working these movies together. This connective tissue that everything has. And with this movie, they just opened up so much. Like you can see now, they really can't have movies planned at 2025 right now.
Oh, easily.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. There's just,
beyond.
It was great.
Beyond that, stuff is in the works for sure.
Yeah.
The amount of characters that you saw in the galaxy that they were in alone, like, come on.
Yeah.
I know. For me, I definitely liked the movie. I know leaving out, everyone just was going nuts. They loved it. They were rating it super high and just saying this and that. And I thought it was great. It did definitely had its down parts. I mean, just in my person, you know, I can be a movie snob. But I definitely I thought it was pretty sweet. 1 through 10, go quick. 1 through 10, 8.
8.2.
What's solid 9 on this one? Just because what it brings. What it brings. You know,
Okay,
I think that's
I'm gonna say 7.38.
What are you the German judge in all of this?
German.
I mean, for a Marvel movie, it was 7.
I'm just saying it's a little
Marvel's
douchey.
been coming with it lately.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's true. That's
Well,
true.
the thing that I like the most is they managed to do the origin story of the group concisely. Like a lot of movies, the whole first half will be the origin of the group or the person or whatever.
Yeah.
And within
You gotta
20
get
within
into the
20
story.
minutes they were
Yeah.
together and they were, you know, building their dynamics.
Sort of moving edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think they did good with that. I like that a lot.
It started great.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Just the whole setup with Star-Lord. His mother's dying right there. He said he's just a child, you know, and he's going through all this emotion. There's one thing that's keeping him going, which we'll talk about more. Is that music. It's keeping him sane. The music. This boy will go crazy.
It was his last touch of earth.
Throughout the whole movie, that's what kept him sane, which was
It
grounded him. And then he goes through this traumatic, you know, scene, watching his mother die, and then bam, then we go straight to Gamora. Is that who? Yeah. And then we build off her, and then we go and we just get everyone's story. And you're absolutely right. It was great. It was concise. It got to the point, but it still was thorough enough where we understood.
Exactly.
The current story was
if you
moving
never
forward
if
as
you
you
never
were
heard of the
going.
Guardians, yeah.
It's really neat to see how they definitely didn't. The abduction, they just went right into it. Like they didn't overdo that scene. The whole abduction.
That's all you need to know.
And it's kind of like they put a cliffhanger in the beginning of the movie because now you're wondering what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
You know?
you
had no idea.
Yeah. so-
Nobody saw this spaceship, first of all. There's a giant spaceship abducting a little boy outside a hospital. First of all,
No, it's okay.
why they let this boy run outside a hospital by himself? I have no clue.
There's no security anymore.
I mean, I'm saying.
Who knew the rednecks were outside the galaxy?
Yeah. Rednecks are everywhere. That's fact.
This is stupid. Rednecks are everywhere.
That's fact.
And they love to salvage
You know,
stuff. That's everywhere.
Hi, Uncle Brother. That redneck goes for you. I'll tell you what. Okay, favorite part.
Favorite part will have to be, man, there's so many of them so good. It had to be Groot. I mean, I know everybody was saying that when we were interviewing everybody, but by far, he's my favorite character.
I would have to concur with that, actually.
I almost cried. Almost cried.
What was crazy to me too, and I like how they did it, is that the character with the least amount of lines, I am Groot, we are Groot, probably had the most heart in that entire movie.
Vin Diesel made that character.
That's all Vin Diesel. That's excellent. Vin Diesel at his finest.
I'm very curious.
Vin
How much do you
Diesel at
think
his
Vin Diesel
finest.
got paid?
Oh,
that?
he had to I mean, it's Vin Diesel. Come on.
But I mean,
he got paid a lot.
he said so little.
But he did manage
But he
to put a
said
good
so
amount
much.
of emotion into
No,
those
he got
3
paid-
words.
He did. Whatever.
Well,
I
and
am
He got paid for
to,
his
to
name.
elaborate, one of my favorite parts of it of his is why when Rocket was talking to him, even though he said the same thing over and over, he was having a conversation with
Yeah.
him. To me,
That was great.
That was awesome.
They were great
That
together.
was
And
great.
I was worried about Bradley Cooper being that rocket.
Oh,
Just to be
yeah.
honest, like how's he gonna? But he pulled it off.
He stole the movie. I mean,
Eventually, like at first, I was a little, man, is this gonna work? And then he kind of grew on me. But
I thought he stole the movie. I thought that was the dynamic between the two was really great, and
Oh, yeah.
seeing how they're kind of
Rocket.
yeah.
friendship.
I think this is true from a lot of like it seems like a lot of Marvel background because the DC universe has a lot of straightforward hero villain dynamics.
Yeah.
The Marvel universe has always been able to add the humor, and you guys bring up the humor of the whole movie and everything. But I think that's one of the great shining stars of the Marvel universe is because you'll read a couple panels in a book, and then all of a sudden you'll have a joke slipped in. And that's been like there for all the time. Like Deadpool.
And what's great about that too with Marvel is that heroes aren't cut black and white.
They're more edgy.
They're not black and white.
they're
I'm
more
totally
edgy.
good,
Agreed.
or I'm this little rebel guy. No, it's not like that. There's
Yeah, you have your Wolverines and Star Lords they're good guys, but not always so nice.
They can be bad.
Heroes
Yeah.
are born, is what it's all
There's-
about.
they
They're showing
have
the
more
process
substance,
that
like-
even though you can be a bad guy, there's still a good side in someone
Yeah.
somewhere.
There's always been a human dynamic to it, whereas DC has
which appeals. That I think that makes for better movies. 'Cause that
Absolutely.
appeals.
Yeah.
Agreed.
yeah it builds
It's
it,
the
but-
human-
Maybe
human
not for
effect.
better stories, but for definitely for better movies.
well, there's that human
Better character,
connectivity,
yeah.
and that tissue is what you need to look as an audience and member to see. Like, it's just okay. I can relate to this guy. You know, I've been abducted by aliens several times, and I know that's exactly how Star Wars
being
feels.
abducted.
You saw a spaceship last night.
It was a couple
I mean,
weeks ago.
it's easy to hide
It
those
totally
spaceships,
happened.
though. That heavy fog,
He did not
you're
see a
not going to
spaceship.
see
It totally
anything.
happened.
He says he did not see a spaceship.
It happened. Okay, whatever.
Favorite
I
part.
want-
Favorite part. Favorite part.
Oh man, I gotta say, you know, it's really cool, and this is gonna get really nerdy because it really spoil some shit. But
Is Tim? Whoa! Is Tim about to say something nerdy?
Oh, no.
God.
Audience, hold your breath. It's about to get nerdy in here.
But the idea of the very beginning, whenever his mother's like talking about his father, like you look just
Oh,
like your
yeah.
father's, like he's my bright angel. Then seeing, and this is something that just didn't click to me, and that's like the connective tissues of Marvel's universes, or not universes, but their giant, their big family. Is that even the ships? When I saw the ships from the Nova,
Yeah.
you know, they're like
symbol.
ships. The symbol I was like, okay, his dad's fucking Nova. So just like it wasn't necessarily a scene in the movie, but it was the idea of it, and I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
And then they just confirmed it at the end when they showed his little.
Yeah, the fact that he was
super
And
X-ray.
for somebody
Yeah.
that doesn't know who's Nova.
okay. Nova is the deity for that planet, and what it is just like it's kind of like the Phoenix, to where he embodies a human shell, and the god lives through the
Like
body.
Zeus almost. I mean,
Yeah, kind of
yeah.
the same idea.
But it's not just the planet. That planet.
No,
It's
it's
like
anywhere.
The whole empire.
Yeah.
My favorite Nova was
corner of the galaxy is.
But the thing is, my favorite Nova was a human.
Yeah.
You know, from the comics. But it's kind of like the idea of Thor, you know, whoever deems worthy kind of thing to
Yeah.
possess the power of Thor. It's the same idea. And it's just whoever this god, this deity embodies becomes this super badass.
I like
And he actually gets the Infinity Gauntlet one time, and it
So
goes crazy.
he essentially is the Hercules of.
Essentially.
Star Lord's Hercules.
We-
If we learned anything,
Star-Lord's a
Hercules.
demigod.
Star Lord is Space Hercules.
And can I say, I really love the fact that he was kind of a whore.
yeah, I know he appealed that to
Ladies
these
and
guys.
I mean,
yeah.
it took my heart right then.
Oh.
I was like, bro. I mean,
He
coming
said-
from somebody else that also
he-
sleeps with a lot of aliens.
Yeah.
So
illegal
can-
aliens.
I mean, you know.
We're talking about we're talking about illegal foreigners.
Yeah.
Basically, you're
Very well
saying
followed.
Star-Lord is the Leon Phillips of basically
Absolutely.
all Marvel.
I would say
he is the
I would
ladies'
say
man.
Archer, but you know.
He definitely drinks Cavassier.
Oh,
I
That's
mean,
fact.
easily.
That's fact.
And he has a waterbed.
Okay.
Favorite parts.
Well, I
favorite parts.
wanted to point out how awesome that Merle Dixon was in this
Oh, yeah.
movie.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
Oh,
He was
Merle.
Awesome.
Definitely.
I felt
You
so
need
sad when he
redneck.
died, and now that's
You
why
have to
he's in the
have it.
movies now.
He's a big star.
This just proof that there's rednecks in galaxies.
Favorite part for me, I'll be honest. Yeah, I had a couple, but Thanos.
Yeah.
I mean, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if that didn't get you, if that got me excited for what's to come with Marvel
Oh, yeah.
and what's to come with the Avengers and everything.
The
Like,
ultimate battle will
Oh
soon
man,
be for
yes,
us.
yes. one battle
Yeah.
to decide it all. And it's definitely not going to decide it all.
Dude, his
but-
throne was
but
pretty
still.
baller too. All
Oh.
like pieces like floating, all independent, but like doing what he wants.
Dude,
that was
the
pretty
dude was
crazy.
he was so I was scared. He was badass, straight up.
He gave a good presence. I mean,
Yeah.
there's no doubt.
He gave his powerful.
I didn't really know who he
and-
is, and I was kind of scared.
Right.
To be honest.
What I was also impressed with was the just the effects of making him and the graphics and how he looked visually.
Yeah.
I mean, you could
There's a lot of depth to his
you could definitely
features.
tell it's digital, made or CGI
CGI,
or whatever. But it was, I believed it.
And where does his story come from?
Thanos is the. Well, I feel like I'm controlling everything. Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. Thanos is I don't know if he's immortal per se, but he's super long lived and he's existed almost as long as the galaxy has. And
With the universe, right?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Always been
And,
a bad guy.
Existence
and yes,
of time,
well, he's always been a conqueror. As soon as he learned that the essence of the universe had been condensed into the Infinity Stones, he wanted them for a gauntlet to make him the most powerful thing that existed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so his goal, his
The
entire
mightiest.
existence has been to bring them together, which is kind of the point of the movie, I suppose, that he's trying to bring these pieces to him.
He definitely seems like a puppet master.
That
Oh, yeah.
That's great that you say that too. That's what's gonna make it so easy for them to keep going off of Guardians and whichever
Avengers
other
and stuff.
direction they want to go.
There's-
Stuff,
Because
yeah.
they're gonna have to get
Essence
these
on it,
stones.
there's
They're
like
gonna have to get
five,
six.
six
They're
of them.
gonna have to get
Six
the.
of them.
They're gonna have to get the Infinity
Yeah.
Stones.
Yeah.
And
Well, because
and
if I
round
remember
them all
right,
up.
it's 5 stones on the fingers, and then one is like a control stone that keeps it from going all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he can use it, because normally no living thing could deal with all of them at the
but
same time.
Don't they think five of them are destroyed though, right? They're like
No, they
they're
can't be
lost.
destroyed.
They're lost.
They're-
Well,
you
one of
can't-
well, you got to remember one of them is the Tesseract.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we know that the Tesseract one is the blue gem.
Oh,
But-
they
purple.
thought,
They thought,
and that was the Tesseract was the only one.
Yeah.
And now
Because the
they're
second
showing
one is
that-
the ether, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The second one is the ether.
That's the red.
Yeah.
That's the red stone.
And now we've seen the purple one.
yeah, yeah.
And there's a yellow one.
What is purple?
And is it
one.
green
Green
one?
one.
Is that
Yeah, and
amethyst? Is that the purple color?
amethyst.
Is that, did I say that correct? I'm just
I don't think it's
I'm just throwing out
amethyst.
stuff. Amethyst.
I'm just
I like
saying
say
words.
royal purple maybe.
Okay.
I mean, royal purple. It's nice. It's royal.
Hey,
I mean,
Hey,
that's one of the stones.
Star Lord made me think. I mean, how awesome is it to be a lord, right? You know, you can like buy like a little plot in Scotland. I'm telling you, like this big in Scotland, you can buy it.
Was
And
it
they
like-
give you a certificate.
like a foot
and
by
you're-
a foot.
Yeah,
like,
yes.
That's like a little square yard.
You stand there. That you own that, bro. And you know what? You become a lord.
can I name it like Star? And then
Why
I
not,
can,
bro?
And the
Why
Lord
not?
fuckers can call me Star Lord.
Or
Yeah.
we
Dude,
called you Lord
seriously-
of Star.
Seriously,
probably.
people would have to legally call you that.
Yes, it's my legal right. I'm about to do that.
My
I'm just
lord.
Like, I'd be like 10
My
bucks.
Lord.
My
Star.
lord of the stars. I mean, that's the thing.
That was like $10 or something like that.
10 bucks.
This isn't the same, but actually, I bought a piece of the chicken ranch. I own like a square foot of it. So
That's cool.
I feel like maybe I'm
So
a
you Lord Chicken?
Yeah.
So that makes
Chicken
you,
Lord.
For y'all that don't know,
Does that
that's
make you
a
a-
whorehouse in LaGrange, Texas. I own a piece of it. It's no big deal. I'll have to say again, I'm not a pimp. Put that out there.
Just so you know.
That is no way a promotion of the chicken farm.
I know a pimp when I see one.
So
Big
did
deal.
anyone notice that Rocket saved those 2 pink-skinned people, the little girls,
Yes.
And they ended up
and
being-
that was the cops' family.
yeah. John C. Reilly's
That
dad.
that was one of my favorite like little tie-ins to the movie because you see the 2 people and like, why are you showing them? And then boom, you see why right at the end.
Y'all say
They
my
made that
panther.
point.
That-
Well, I mean, that's just something. That was for the families. That was. You knew something like that was going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
It was,
You know, nobody's told.
Okay.
You know.
No.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie though.
Story wise, plot wise, what are we thinking? I mean, let's first talk about like, especially to the guys who know the comic book, you know,
That's y'all, yeah.
history and everything.
Did it fall in line?
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. Is what we talked about earlier.
I know it's so loose. It's a young comic book, right?
Well, yeah. Well,
And they redid it.
the history is, and I was wrong when we talked about it a couple days ago. I guess I must have read it as doing some retro reading or something, and maybe a trade. But the actual original Guardians of the Galaxy story was first in 1968.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And so then they revamped it in 2008, and this is the kind of the basis you have with the comedy idea of it. But as far as the canon, I'm not super familiar with it. So as far as, and that's what we talked about before, like I guess it holds up, and then Brad's points still stay the same.
Well, they made sure it fit with
the canon that we do know,
Yeah.
and that's the great part.
And I think, and of course, which is cool about Guardians is because a lot of people don't know about Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was a great pick for Marvel.
So yes, it was. So they could kind of play with it and do what they wanted, as long as they tied something in here and there, which is cool.
It's Marvel's get out of jail free card. They can play around with it and you're not ruining Captain America.
No,
which by the way, big props to Winter Soldier.
And,
but
oh my goodness, that movie.
I never heard Guardians of the Galaxy until this movie started coming out.
Well, that's the beautiful thing, Marvel, because that's the general public, and Marvel's able to, put this out and like let it sit and look at the success it's having right now.
I heard of it. I just thought it was like just a weak comic.
But it wasn't super strong until they released it in 2008, and when they really released it. Because they kept the characters. The characters have been around, in different.
With a sweet name like Star-Lord.
Yeah, they've been popping around different comics and stuff.
Babe like Gamora.
Well, even in video games, weren't we just talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 3 has got Rocket in it, right?
Yeah, Rocket's in it. Apparently a badass, I hear.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, we all agree that Rocket and Groot. Not just that. But
I don't know about that though.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Right?
Easily.
There it is.
Yes.
I don't know if they stole.
The little one flies around. The other guys. I mean, come on, bro.
I just think that Drax, personally, I think he stole it because he's like that. He was the guy that everybody was afraid of.
Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah,
Batista.
Dude,
great job.
He was beastly looking in this.
Dude, it was simple for him. He just had to.
I don't know, but that's the thing though.
And that's acting, right?
I don't think it was that though. I think
great.
he played that chivalrous role that, like, hey, he had that whole vibe like, I'm old school medieval times. Like, I'm gonna, if you make me feel bad, I'm gonna beat your ass. And then with him being with the Guardians, it shows like, hey, chivalry's really still there with him and stuff. Like the way he takes in kind of his friends and stuff.
He opened up.
Nobody does this to my friends, and it's like it feels good to have friends again and all this. Like
my question are his tattoos. Like they're all raised up and crazy.
I thought those weren't tattoos though. I thought.
No, they're tattoos that like, and this is something I read yesterday when I'm doing a little bone up for the movie. They're the story of how his wife and kid died. And they are tattoos.
Oh, see, I thought it was like after, what's his name?
He's one of those red folks.
Yeah.
That we see.
Right. So,
and they're just like blessed with superhuman strength, or what? Or is he just like special?
I think he's special. I think what happens.
What he and
because Ronan almost kills him, and as far as I am familiar with it.
Well, he almost killed him in the movie. He did kill him. And Groot said, "Nah, I'm not having it." Back to bring the city back to life.
It's like kind of like what's that tube called? Whenever you
he aerated his lung. Yeah.
What's that? I can't remember the name of that tool.
I mean, all I need is
was it a trach?
A bobby pin, and an actual pin,
and I just need a shell in and just.
I've almost reviewed like 4 times, but as an unlicensed doctor,
Colorado said
after Groot, I don't say dies, but gets owned, saving everybody, and they plan him again. I think that was a good tie-in to the cartoons that have been coming out recently, because in all the cartoons I've seen, like they'll carry him around in a little pot.
There's a Guardian cartoon.
Not Guardian, it's Avengers, but they make a couple of
Guardian.
There's a couple episodes about the Guardians, and they carry him around in a little pot, and it's just like a face, and he's like, "I am Groot," and it's what you're doing nothing, and then they throw him, and he's huge all of a sudden, and
maybe y'all knew he was coming back, but I didn't know he was coming back. I was super happy that he lived.
Didn't die.
Yeah, there was no way he could die.
Especially with those sweet dance moves at the end of the movie.
I almost cried 3 times in the movie, and that was one of them. So
no, he was great. I think why I rated it a little lower than you guys. Just first of all,
you're German.
The acting was not the best. Pratt did well. Let me talk.
You talk about
I know. Pratt did well. I know you can't really talk about acting in a freaking superhero movie and stuff like that, but you can when you see Captain America 2 and you see Batman
Avengers
and Dark Knight or whatever. and Avengers. But anyway, not only that, I feel like the story, like, I didn't get enough character. I love how it was quick, how they came together, but I didn't get enough character development, team development. You know, all of a sudden they're just, oh man, we almost died. We're a team, and I know how they try to make this whole movie was them coming together, right?
Yeah.
At the end, they're finally the Guardians, but there was nothing. I mean, there was parts where they were stagnant and they were still in their little cliques, right?
Yeah.
And they never really came together. So like telling the story, and as a storyteller, there was no depth to that group. There was depth to individuals, but there was no depth to the group.
The camaraderie could have gotten a little deeper.
And when you have a group like with the Avengers, you know, when they lost what's his face, Agent whatever,
Coulson.
Bam, Coulson. When they lost Coulson, that was the camaraderie, right?
Yeah.
And not only that, they had those little fights and everything in between. We didn't really.
But also, when Agent Coulson died, Thor and Hulk wasn't there whenever that happened. Only Black Widow, Iron Man, and Captain America.
But it brought them together, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I think throughout the movie, it was really on them proving each barrier was getting broken down between each character.
Yeah.
And that's how it led up to how the end was.
Yeah.
We're friends, is because it showed, like, you know, in the beginning, like, oh, okay, well, in the beginning, whenever they're in the prison and Gamora is about to get killed, and then, you know, Star-Lord and Rocket go over there.
That was the perfect opportunity. They should have been in prison for another day and really get to know each other, or really, you know, build that team. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
and not just
set up, Brad.
Yeah.
There wasn't a setup to it. There wasn't.
You're right.
But I think that was kind of the point of the group. Is a lot of groups come together because of like their
A unified reason.
well, because of their like common abilities,
Yeah.
but they were just thrust together and then
They had
realized
no
that they
choice.
could be friends if they tried.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying. Like when they were drunk or whatever
Yeah.
in that bar. How is it you know each other for 5 minutes and you're ready to kill each other? Like, that's why you have no friends. And that's kind of all slapped them. They realized, well, that's actually kind of true.
Reality check.
And that's when I think all the, like you're talking about the wall started breaking down. They realized, you know, Star-Lord's kind of a dick, but he's right. Like, we're dicks too. We kind of need to fix that, you know, part of ourselves as best we can. And that's where they're moving towards the end.
And the other thing too was with Ronin. Ronin was freaking awesome. It was great. We did not get enough of him. We did not see him fight enough, and I feel like there wasn't enough ass kicking.
I wish we'd seen that guy's head.
So you're looking for the big group fight.
I'm just you know nitpicking right now. I think it was a great movie. For me to give it to that next level, for me to give it Captain America, Winter Soldier, for me to give it Avengers.
Well, I mean, the beautiful thing about the Avengers, man. The Avengers had 45 minutes of a fight scene.
Yeah,
that last fight was
phenomenal.
The biggest like fights I've ever seen in my movie.
But me, I liked Captain America, Winter Soldier better.
Yeah.
Because of the story and how things progressed and everything. And I mean that's.
But that's also the second movie. They could do, you know, even better than this movie, their second go.
Oh, and I believe, yes,
easily. I feel like this whole movie was set up for just
100%,
great
100%.
other movies are gonna have together, you know.
I mean, they did say the Guardians of the Galaxy will be back.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, but
as you said, is it time?
Yeah, I'll do one.
I mean, I'm taking a shot.
I'll do one.
Keep going.
But yeah, I mean, like when you bring up Winter Soldier and Winter Soldier was a particular film that. Okay, you remember when they were saying when The Dark Knight came out?
Real quick, we're here live at Puzzles, home bar to Trinous Films.
Omega House.
Located at the Alpha Omega House.
Plug.
In Colorado Studios.
Plug.
I'm on one of them.
But what I was saying is
take a gym.
The Winter Soldier thing, you could take Captain America out of that film, and it's still a great spy movie.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And
that's exactly what I'm saying.
So that's a caliber of film that you're not going to get every time. So when you look at that, and maybe you do next in the sequel of Guardians of the Galaxy, you've got yourself just a great sci-fi epic. And this, I'd have to say, this wasn't
Space
one.
Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, essentially what it is.
Does anybody want a Jaeger? I'm gonna get a shot Jaeger.
Good. That sounds horrible.
Sounds
actually. To be specific.
Think so.
Sounds really gross.
I don't think you can see it, Tim, behind the computer. You totally can't see it.
Oh. Hi there.
You got a shot there, sir.
Hey guys, teamwork makes the dream work. Don't forget.
I have a question. How did that mask protect him in outer space? It just was on his face.
I was curious about that too.
Just on his face.
It's like I believe. It's
I got to read it. It's a movie.
But
why
here's
didn't
the thing, though.
the pressure just? His skin is it's just out there.
Well, I think that's you're starting to see when you're starting to freeze over. I think you're starting.
Well,
to
here's
see
the thing.
that
In the beginning, though, still, whenever he first went out into outer space to meet them out of the prison, he just had on his face mask, his hair, his neck, and everything was open. His fingers.
They don't really talk about. You don't know what capabilities his underclothes have. You could have some sort of like thin space
Or maybe the mask gives him
on.
like a shield around his body or something.
But didn't we just say he is like?
He's the son of a gun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then.
What about her? What about her? Yeah.
Yeah. Like
she was regenetic to like be the ultimate.
Well, she was like her sister. It wasn't as obvious, but most of her body is actually mechanical.
Yeah.
So that's why she froze as fast as she
They bring up
did.
she was created. She was broken down and rebuilt essentially.
Actually, her
story is great.
Yeah,
her story. You can make a movie on her story alone. She could carry a movie. Plus, it's Zoe Saldana. She's so sexy.
And Thanos
she could be any color and still look good.
It doesn't matter what color.
We're talking about her being,
to the Guardians, real quick.
Yes,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. But if you notice the close-ups, those cuts in her face, it was silver underneath. I think that was supposed to be showing that just under the skin, she's not organic anymore or whatever. Yeah. So, we haven't talked about her much. She was not the biggest character, but I liked the dynamic she brought to it because she's the only girl in the group. So
she's strong too. I mean, she's a powerful woman. Like, straight up.
She's woman hero war.
The other thing too,
she seems dangerous. I would really like to sleep with her.
Just if
I had one wish,
Gamora.
They're more dangerous.
I think that's the general consensus in the room.
Oh yes.
I think we all want to sleep.
I think out of the main characters, I think she did the best job acting.
Oh yeah.
Well, absolutely, she's a really quality actress though.
She is.
We've seen her.
But she's not as good as people think.
What's the last movie she was in?
Man, she's a really good actress, though.
She's so great, guys. So great.
She's so good, I don't even remember the movie.
That's how good it was.
He was about to say Avatar. I swear to God.
Actually, the same
that was like 18 years ago.
Colombiana was actually what I was going to say.
Colombiana.
No. She's done like 4 or 5 since then, at least.
Probably.
Yeah.
Not counting indie films, right?
So let me ask this: are we happy that they didn't actually kiss?
I feel like I might see some green zones.
I know that needed to happen, but
well, I think they alluded to it when she's wearing that black kind of cut-off dress and starts swaying her hips to his music.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was
Star-Lord
an invitation.
Totally he's handling that right now.
Is that going on?
I think so.
Next Guardians of the Galaxy,
that's
there will
just
be a couple. It's going
Little
down.
green baby.
We might get a real Marvel sex scene out of that one.
Yeah. Hey, Marvel's breaking down barriers for the comic world.
That's what they're doing.
Interspecies relationships.
Hey man,
that's what most of the CGI
works for Kirk. Right?
I know, right?
I mean,
hey, diversity, guys.
But
goes a long way.
yeah. But you're talking about acting, and you guys brought up Visa before, and I didn't chime in on that one. But like the first few lines he had, I was like, "Oh shit, it's gonna be bad."
I almost cried.
And I was pleasantly surprised as it went on. Like, because that first few lines was like, crap, he's a fighter, he's not a freaking actor, you know? I'm like, I was not going to be, but I ended up being fairly impressed. Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
Yeah, his timing was good on his jokes.
But it started so great, though. And his whole little scene coming in, and then he started talking.
Yeah. I was like,
and you're like, Chris Pratt, what's going on?
He's great at improv, too.
But he just somehow grew on you, right?
Yeah,
like you're like, all right, he's gonna do this, and he's gonna commit to this. This is who he is.
It made you feel exactly
that.
Is he not playing himself?
They picked him because he didn't have to act. He just had to be himself, which happened to be Star-Lord.
Right. Can I say the whole Kevin Bacon Footloose?
Great.
When
Gamora's like, we're like Kevin Bacon.
Okay. I could have not been prouder.
That leads me to another topic. They're talking about Footloose, and in the movie they're talking about music and dancing. Yeah. How big of a role? Dude. I mean, out of all the Marvel movies, the music played the biggest role in this movie.
And it was very smooth through, too.
I mean, it was part of the movie.
It was part of the movie. I mean, that like how you said, the music gave him
keeps him sane. Exactly.
And it kept him connected to his mother and to home, and it brought people together. And it at the end, he used it as a weapon, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then it gave him love, and not only that, the soundtrack. I mean,
I'm really just glad he got a second tape because that 28 years is just that one tape.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. So he's got another tape. So that's
got another 28 years to go.
Yeah,
right.
That's gonna suck.
Maybe his dad will give him a mixtape.
Yeah. I was very curious what the present was gonna be.
No,
Spoiler.
it had to be a tape.
The show is
yes, 100%.
Yeah. But the note though is what got me
when
his mom called him Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Before he even knew he was, he called himself.
You know why?
I think maybe she's been calling him that.
Yeah, when he was a little. But I bet whatever relationship she had with Daddy, Dad said it. Well, and also she knew his father came from the stars.
She said when you come
Star-Lord.
He was a star angel or something.
Angel from the stars.
Angel from the stars.
Did you? It was so bright. It was an angel from the stars. Did you see the line that Merle Dixon had? Well, of course, his name not Merle Dixon in the show, the movie, but that line he had in it, where it was like, right? Michael Rooker. His line was, "Man, I'm glad we didn't take that kid back to his daddy."
Yeah.
So that means Nova's out there.
Oh yeah.
He's just not back. He's probably saving other galaxies and shit like that. But I mean, that's to me very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
I bet he's not even. I bet they're gonna put some twist on it, like he's. I don't want this responsibility.
That's coming down.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
They kind of have to do that. Like,
I mean, so the son can go find him and get him out of his shell, and then. Bam.
Yeah, but like we bring up the tape and how mom in the note said Star-Lord and everything. Maybe he actually, quite literally, is
the Star-Lord.
Yeah,
and that's why the nickname stuck and everything like that.
No, I mean. Yeah, his dad's a god.
It's probably so. I mean,
he definitely does not realize how big of a deal he is.
Yeah.
Until the very end when
he does kind of realize that he is.
No,
they kind of blew that off though. He kind of like, it's kind of weird. I'm not only Terran, you know. Like,
but isn't that kind of like his
great point?
persona?
I didn't like that. Dude just finds out what you mean. I'm not. Half
brushed over.
Have something cool. Yeah, I'm freaking out. What do you mean I'm not?
Well, one, it was the end of the movie, and two, I think they...
one, it was in the movie, they ran out of time, we have to finish the movie.
But I think they were leaving that like that so that it would be a big point in the next movie. He has to find out who and what he is or whatever.
I also think he didn't make a big deal of it because that's kind of how his personality is. Though.
When he saved Gamora, he was all like, that was really heroic.
I'm a great hero.
I'm not, because I know I was uncomfortable.
I don't like to brag.
I was uncomfortable with that. I'm part Polish. So I'm
kind of
okay, so how cool was it? We not only got to see a celestial destroy a planet, but they were flying around in a celestial's head.
Yep,
that was.
So explain the whole celestial head mining organic materials.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, so from what I understand, the Celestials. Well, they basically existed before the universe existed. They have always existed. They moved from universe to universe, existed. And so they're like keepers. They kind of watch what's going on, and if they feel like something isn't going the way it's supposed to, they'll do something about it. Which is why I think they showed him destroying that one planet. Or whatever, because something had gone wrong and they decided it's no good anymore. And so that celestial head has probably been there for millions and millions of years,
so
actually.
Who created them?
And then
that's just it. No one knows. They've existed longer than time has.
That's the other thing. That's
how the head.
That's impossible. First of all, you can't exist.
Comic books are impossible.
So it's they're kind of like the titans of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're the gods before the universe even existed.
Okay, what about the Infinity Stones? Where'd they come from?
The what?
They said from the beginning, and they said in the beginning that there was, what was it, too much power or something?
It was a Big Bang, apparently.
Well, basically, the Big Bang was caused by these different elements coming together.
Yeah.
And then right as the universe was created, those elements condensed down into the stones. So before, there were whole universes full of this stuff, and they collided and made this universe and the leftovers of the old universe.
They weren't like before the Big Bang. That's
kind of what caused it. Like once the universe started, it was there.
Right. These are the, if you can see the image, and I'll post it up there when we get this running online tomorrow. But these are the Watchers, the Celestials.
So these are the same guys from
from
the Green Lantern.
Yeah,
kind of similar
to Oa, the Keepers of Oa.
Yeah.
Definitely a parallel between the two universes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying that maybe possibly in the future we will see a comparison between those two in another movie? You think?
Well, no, because I mean, like DC.
Well, first of all, how sweet would that be if we could Marvel DC collide?
Hey,
amazing.
Black holes are
okay.
crazy.
I've lived through a few of those, and I just say don't do it.
bro.
Already knocking it down.
Do you remember was it Amalgam?
What?
Remember the Amalgam?
You can do it.
When they mix so it's like Dark
Disney
Claw, like
has to
Batman
buy
mixed
both.
with
Yeah,
Wolverine.
Disney will buy everything and then just
It was all
make
bad.
it all.
The only way this can happen is if we allow Mr. Disney, may he rest in peace, to own the world, right?
They already do.
We could unfreeze him.
We could unfreeze.
I mean,
it.
well,
isn't just his head though, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Yeah. And if anybody's seen South Park, Mickey Mouse is an asshole.
Classic Mickey.
But I mean,
Who apparently breathes fire.
yeah, but he does own a lot of stuff.
Yeah, no, he does. He
Like
does.
the world.
Yeah. But even more important, can we talk about how there really wasn't that many hot girls in this movie?
There wasn't.
I was
Well,
kind of disappointed.
I guess the thing is you couldn't
I
really
didn't
tell.
see-
Saw a
they were
few
hot.
I saw
extras.
no 3T aliens.
No.
Total recall.
Total recall, man.
Well,
I mean,
It's really not a space movie without 3 tits. I mean, that's
Yeah,
fact.
that is.
I didn't see a brothel inside the Celestial's head like I thought I was gonna see. In that,
That
Like
was-
that
the
should have been a
first
place
chick-
for a
yeah,
brawl.
the
Should
first
have been a
chick,
place
I
for a
mean-
brawl.
First, well, the red chick at the beginning.
Yeah.
because she was kind of hot.
Yeah.
And
For-
I love
for
the
a
idea
red
that
chick.
I love
for
the idea that he
completely red
forgot
chick.
that she was there. I've done that many times.
Not
It's not
Native
just
and then
American.
she
redhead.
answers the phone. Merle.
Yeah. Which has happened to me probably 8 times. You know, I mean, literally,
Tenderized.
that was good. Yes, he obviously been playing Tinder.
Oh yeah, Star Lord is a Tinder master. Some
He
would
probably
say.
Base Tinder.
Yeah, I didn't even really get on that Tinder.
So are you the star
Space Tinder, so you're on the next level of Tinder.
Yes.
You're
I
Tinder.
mean,
He's
We're
leveled
going
up.
intergalactic.
He's leveled up.
Intergalactic
He's
Tinder.
I mean,
leveled up.
my Tinder radius is like 4 galaxies.
This is the secrets out there.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
And all you gotta put there in your info is be like, you gotta come to me. I can't.
yeah. We don't
I'm really not
light
good with
white
space travel.
Yeah.
We haven't mastered the speed of light yet. So.
It's up business. You guys
But we know
You guys know.
approximately how fast it is.
But this is where I'm at. Come find me.
Check these coordinates.
Yeah.
Be careful, my roommates. They kind of.
Oh, that was pretty cool too. This is super nerdy, but they gave spatial coordinates for all the different places
Yeah,
that they
that was
named.
Yes.
Totally was about to
I
say
was gonna
that
ask about
once he
that.
said
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That was
So
cool.
good.
Yeah, because I totally want to go look
Find
at those
space.
coordinates.
Yeah,
To
go
kinda
look
figure
when
out,
it comes on
you know.
DVD, when it comes on
So
Blu-ray.
what is it like?
When you watch it,
Yeah, it's like
the coordinates.
T8780.
Because
It's like
it gave a sector name.
957,478,000.
Why not? Why are they calling Earthlings not Earthlings?
Terrains or
Terrans.
Terrans. What is that?
Well,
What's
The
'cause-
terraforming planet is
Well,
what
yeah.
I think it stands
Well,
for.
the Latin term for Earth is terra. Terra firma means Earth.
Yeah.
So, in general terms, terra is Earth, so that's why they use it.
Yeah.
So basically, people in the galaxy understand Latin, is what you're saying.
Well, that was the thing I was wondering. How are they all talking to each other? Is everyone in the world?
Right.
Is English the common language of the universe?
I bet you
I
there's
mean,
a little
America.
America melting pot.
I mean,
These colors don't run.
that's right. That's right.
No, question. Why did Star-Lord never try to go back to Earth? Like, why?
You know, I've wondered
Yeah.
that. I think it's because his mom died, though. That's the reason why.
Okay, he
never
wants to
went
get
back.
away. I don't know. But still, I mean, wouldn't
So
you,
his
wouldn't you
redneck
think?
uncle.
But also, what's
what
he
about
doing
his
his
grandpa?
Dad, though, it raised him.
His grandpa, right? His grandpa seemed to. They seemed to have like a good
bond,
relation.
some kind of
Yeah,
connection,
there
yeah.
was a connection there.
Yeah,
At least.
absolutely.
Well, and he had an aunt too.
Maybe
I'm pretty
there
sure the
wasn't, but
sister
it-
was next to the bed.
So that was
The
80.
blonde
So
girl next
he
to the
had
bed.
But also, you have to remember, he was a slave, wasn't he, for quite a while?
I think
until he got free.
The orb. I think when he goes after the orb, I think that's the first time we see him getting away, and that's why getting away from the group he was with.
Those guys,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Ravengers.
Technically, this
Ravengers,
happened
yeah.
in 2009 in the universe somewhere else.
Technically, we're supposed to be in yeah. The timeline does exist currently.
Because he said
it was 20
years, 2008.
No,
Yeah.
it would be current. It was 88, and then it was 26 years later. That would be 2014.
2014.
Right?
He said 20 years.
No, it's 26.
26.
26.
It's 26. It was
It
2014.
was for this year.
He was what 34.
So what we're trying to say, this stuff just happened, Colorado.
It's happening.
It's currently happening.
As we speak, Gamora
Star-Lord
and
and the
Star-Lord.
Guardians of the Galaxy just
saved us.
Saved us. We're able to do this right now because of him.
Yeah. And then they contact Disney though to make
it
wherever you are.
Universe.
I'm right here.
Where Star Wars is going on. What's going on?
Right across the bus.
It's hard to keep
Star
up.
Wars and Star Trek like intercollide.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
There's a crossover. Star Wars, Star Trek crossover.
Tim's really holding it right now. He really wants to say something about
If that ever happens,
I think that would be the time I just give up and move to Wyoming and never
So how
use
many,
technology.
how many like cameos
state.
did we see in this?
Oh shit.
Cameos?
Yeah.
I mean, like, well, you got Stan Lee, of course.
Stan Lee. Is this the first time we saw him actually macking on a chick in the movie?
I don't know. I feel like
Because
no,
because there was the one where
he's with a hot chick a lot of times.
No, but he was like, I mean, I see.
It's one of the Iron Man movies.
Yeah,
He's
he
supposed
was
to be
putting his game down.
3, but he's supposed to. They're
Hugh
portraying
Hefner.
him as Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 girls on his arms in that one. That's totally his idea. He's like, you gotta get me with a girl.
No, yeah. I mean, but
this may not work
he was
for
actually
you.
picking up a girl. I mean, I recognize those movies.
I mean, you saw that hand on the hip. You knew what was happening.
Yeah, what for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was good stuff.
I mean, he's getting it in. Yeah. He took a Cialis. He's ready to go.
Literally.
Ready for 36 hours.
I mean, like,
game time, ladies.
Yeah. He's like, I got no time to spare. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit. This public park.
He's gonna show you who's the real
Star Lord.
Star-Lord.
Then I'm gonna use my Cialis all day long.
Star-Lord you.
All day.
Can we just start saying that Star-Lord?
Okay.
For daily
Okay,
use.
and then
Am I the only one that's gonna have every woman call him
Star-Lord?
Star-Lord from now on?
I mean,
You call me
haven't
Drax the
been doing that?
Destroyer is what you can call me.
Drax the Destroyer.
Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, they're gonna call me Rocket.
Someone's got to be
Come on, Rocket.
They call me Rocket.
He's so fast.
What'd you call
man.
him? Pocket? Rocket?
Hey man, it's okay. It's okay. I'm Star-Lord though.
Totally Star-Lord.
I'm totally Drax the Destroyer.
That's a great.
Drax
Or no,
Drax the Destroyer.
I am Groot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
so what do we think about where we go from here?
Oh man.
Where are they taking this series? Where is there gonna be like a full series? You think it's gonna make
so.
it?
The foreshadowing was
And
when
then
Drexler
where's
was
Marvel
saying,
going?
Well, but as far as the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Yeah.
when Drexler was saying like how they killed the main guy, but he was like, no, he was just a puppet.
They're going after
Thanos.
Yeah,
That's the
Thanos.
main-
Yeah, I mean, he called it out. I mean,
So what I'm saying is,
What's he
when the Avengers come, so this is how I see it. When the Avengers are, they're fighting Thanos.
It's gonna happen. The Infinite
Yeah.
Gauntlet. It's gonna be the Infinite Gauntlet movie. They're gonna call it the Avengers. I can tell you. I can see it right now. Avengers and the Infinite Gauntlet.
No.
Promise you.
Yeah.
So do you think the Guardians will end up being a part of the third one?
Yes.
Third
Absolutely.
Avengers?
That's what
I
I'm
hope so.
saying.
When worlds collide.
So with that being said, they're gonna have to shoot out these Guardians movies.
Well,
Probably
they
every 2 or 3 years
to-
now.
Yeah, I mean, what's the next one coming out? Is the new X-Men movie, right? Or no, Avengers?
Well, I mean,
Is it the
Avengers is
or X-Men?
17, right? It's 17.
Yeah, no. Avengers is 15.
15?
It's next summer.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
they
Thanos one is supposed to be 17.
Yeah, that's
what-
Avengers 3. Now
Yeah.
we're moving to Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
we're
man, I
we're
cannot
moving
wait for
forward
Age
with
of
that whole
Ultron.
idea. It's gonna be we're introducing more characters. It looks like Vision's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've got Quicksilver and now Scarlet Witch in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be we're
Scarlet
building the
Witch is
universe.
Kind of lame, by the way.
Eh.
Lame.
Still
Fact.
lame.
It's fact.
But
Still
Also
big.
fact.
But and then Marvel's got slated right now. We've got Ant-Man, which is gonna be a Hank Pym story, which should have came before Age of Ultron, but nitpicking aside.
Hey, if something happens and that falls through, I wouldn't be surprised.
You asked what's happening? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Here's what's happening. You call us the nerds of the thing. Well,
Go,
we haven't
nerd, go.
heard the earth. You bow before our feet.
And then after that,
You don't have superpower nerds, okay? It's not a thing.
Knowledge is a superpower.
Yeah, it is.
Knowledge of
That's
nerdism. I just made that up.
Nerdiots unite.
There's a lot coming up. Marvel has got it planned out, and DC now they're trying to
They're
catch
on their
up.
back.
They're
to it.
just
They're
like
like a
big
decade
time.
behind them.
Oh,
Yeah.
easy.
They're hammering into one movie. What's supposed to be Batman
Superman
versus Superman?
yeah.
It's now become Batman versus Superman,
With Wonder Woman.
including Wonder Woman, possibly including Aquaman. I mean, all these
That's
things.
because they want to catch up and bring the Justice League.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's
'cause
call
it's-
it like it is though.
Marvel's on top.
no, Marvel's definitely on top, but
They could do
the
one Hail Mary,
heroes, Batman and Superman, that's everyone's favorite superhero.
75 years doesn't squamp. Like no matter what happens,
So,
how good the movie is.
They can catch up, is what I'm saying.
No,
They'll
done correctly.
Oh yeah.
They still can give Marvel a run for their money just by the clout of the characters and, and the stamina of the characters. It's already. I mean, you put a Batman movie out now, you're gonna. If you put on the same weekend as an Iron Man comes out, who knows who's gonna win?
Batman?
Batman or Iron Man. But yeah,
It's gonna be
Batman's
Batman,
gonna win exactly. But still, now how popular?
No,
Iron Man
this is why Marvel is getting them. Just quantity. They're putting out more stuff, and second of all, their marketing scheme is freaking brilliant. I mean, every movie is leading to something else,
and even ones that aren't the same story.
And get you excited for something else. Like, they're gonna put out a Howard the Duck stuff now because of this. I mean, that's just. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming?
What if Howard the Duck defeats
to the
Thanos?
Point where
is that possible?
DC tries to do that now. They try to let you know, allude to little things of other movies, other things that could come, like like what they did at the end of Rises when we got Robin coming through,
possibility,
Nightwing
and those things. So they're trying to do something, and they have so much potential there to catch them, but I just don't.
Well, they have Warner Bros. Has one big problem. They're not Disney, and unfortunately, since Marvel was bought by Disney, game over. You got an unlimited amount of money now to essentially take over the world.
So Disney owns Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Except for
I was just playing.
Spider-Man.
Excuse me, exactly. Except for Marvel Studios, you'll never see until we get a deal with companies that contracted. You'll never see Avengers hang out with Spider-Man because Spider-Man's owned by Sony or the X-Men, who's owned by Fox. So,
but everything else Marvel is now Disney.
Yes, and it's weird because after watching Days of Future Past, they had their own little Quicksilver in that movie. But then they have
now
Quicksilver
we're giving
and
this. That's because Marvel just wants to make some money. They sell this Quicksilver out to whoever the heck writes a check. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, so. Disney has got to. Disney's. Well, they're gonna win. They are winning, and they're going to get the rights. So they're slapping Fox in the face and saying, we can put mutants in this. And so they scrambled to put, once they announced that Quicksilver's out, they scrambled to put Quicksilver in.
So the question is, do you think Sony would be willing to allow Spider-Man in one of these movies, even if it wasn't a big part, just to try and bolster the Spider-Man line for them?
Pride aside, they both make a shitload of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you allowed that to happen, I feel like it would bolster both sets of movies.
Of course it would.
Yes.
Of course it would, but...
Pride aside.
And not only that...
Because isn't Spider-Man supposed to be the first young Avenger? He's the first child Avenger, basically.
They're going to fight over who's going to make more money.
Well, they'll probably work out a contract where Sony will get a certain amount of percentage of gross sales. And then it's a movie contract.
But I'm saying that's not going to be even. And so, of course, they're going to fight over what's what.
Well, if they just produce it together, whatever they put in would be their percentage back out, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
But they won't allow it to be... It won't... They'll be fighting over producer rights. That's how, because of money. They're like, who you put that in? I'll put that in. I don't care. I want this and that. That's just how it is.
Are the Japanese really that bad about that stuff, though?
I mean, they are Japan.
I can't even say anything to that.
Thanks for viewing in, guys. That's us. This was spoiled.
Right.
I just went to support Japan, guys.
I mean, though, in all honesty, Marvel, the next 10 years are going to be amazing with the movies that are about to come out.
10 years, 20 years. I'll give it 20.
It could go up to even 30.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at a movie a year for a while now.
I mean, they can get Doctor Strange planned out.
Oh, dude.
What should they do? Anything like Constantine? That's be sweet.
Just think about Doctor Strange's those special effects that would happen with that.
The other thing, too, is you have to make sure you cast the right people for these things.
And they've done a great job
so far. Marvel has been doing an excellent job. I mean, even, like I said, Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, I mean, I didn't read all the comic books, but he got me.
For what you were trying to understand,
and all the other characters, and like I said about Batista, I mean, I was impressed. I mean, for what he was asked to do.
Vin Diesel as Groot, Perfect. Benicio one-liners all day.
And the other thing is, we did not get enough of Benicio del Toro. Collector. I wanted to know his story more.
Yeah.
Seeing all the creatures.
He's obviously.
That was.
I thought
he is.
It felt rushed.
What movie did we see where he was the teaser?
It's at the end of Thor: The Dark World.
That's where we saw.
Because they give him the Tesseract.
Yeah. No, was it? Yeah. They end up giving him the Tesseract. Yeah. No, they don't give him the Tesseract. They give him the ether.
Oh, they give him the ether.
It was at the end of the Dark World.
The red.
Sith.
Yeah,
Lady
that's
Sith.
why he wanted this one.
So he's trying to get everything.
He's a collector. He's a bad guy.
The collector.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
No.
Like the space dog.
That was funny with the little Russian symbol on that.
So, do you think they're gonna try to bring Howard the Duck into this?
I think what Marvel's trying to do is, and
they're definitely I think they're just pitching
I feel like they're
pitching the idea, seeing how it works, and then they can make an old independent Howard the Duck movie, and people will go see it. And that's the thing.
There's no possible way for them to tie. I mean, because
not necessarily.
You never know.
Maybe
unless you want to surly drinking
in the background, little ads, little commercials with Howard the Duck on it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I just feel like they're just trying to revamp everything that they had once already put out.
Yeah.
Well, I almost feel like they could use him if they pulled him into the wider universe. He would be the perfect comic relief because he has no reason to be part of any of that. So being thrust into it would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Because all you want to do is leave the whole time and not deal with it.
Can't they just remake the 1989 movie Howard the Duck? Just get it over with.
They scared the crap out of me when I was
Hey. Can I be honest? Terrified of Howard the Duck. Terrified.
I saw that
the bad guys at Howard Duck were legitimately scary.
Yeah. That one dude was scary.
Creature thing, the jigs. Yeah, I mean.
But I mean, like it's amazing. I mean, like it's another truth to what Marvel's doing and how they're doing it, and they're hiring the right people. You say casting is one thing, but they're hiring the right people. Making Joss Whedon the creative executive of that. He is a guy that grew up. His dad wrote X-Men for years. Yeah, he grew up in the comic world, and this guy's all he's gonna do is just like, hey, what do I want to see on the movie?
Yeah,
and that's what he's doing. Find the right people to do it and get the job done. Yeah. I mean, it's
and that's what's big. What's holding back DC as well is they want to take it this way and take it that way and do this and let's try all these different ways with Batman and Superman. What's gonna fit? Let's try to redo something that did this, but they're not getting a guy that has vision that can get the right people involved to really take it how I hate to say it, but a lot just how the comic, the modern comics, following that because that's what people want to see. Yeah. That is.
I do feel like they do a bit of backtracking sometimes with their stuff.
Of course they do.
This is a total offshoot, but have any of y'all seen the leaked trailer or leaked footage for the Deadpool?
Amazing!
It was hilarious.
The Ryan Reynolds?
Yes. Yeah. It's all CGI or whatever, but he does the voice. It is hilarious. It is awesome. If they do it, it's going to be a fantastic.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, we'll put the link on there for you guys and check it out. Yeah, we'll put a link on there for you. It's pretty amazing.
It's hilarious, but I doubt it happened. And first of all, when we talking about Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool, I'm never going to get over the fact that he is not the Flash.
Or the Green Lantern.
No, or that he was the Green Lantern. Yeah. That was horrible. He should have been a Flash, just made a Flash movie because he's perfect. He is the Flash.
He is the Flash.
DC, by the way, if you want to hire Paul and I, PK and I, as creative consultants, we can get this job.
I mean, it's perfect, man. I could be
we'll get it fixed out. Nathan
casting
Fillion,
director.
Nathan Fillion is your Green Lantern now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. What else do you want to know? I know who could play what. I mean,
we got it. Don't worry.
It's so stupid.
We'll get Bale back.
Christian Bale's coming back.
But I'm saying, but even that. Yeah. So Green Lantern, wrong.
Yeah, wrong.
Okay, so but that's what really did that was the direction, how they wanted to tell that story. Green Lantern he was kind of a serious dude at times too. But casting, man.
Casting.
You have to believe that these are the superheroes, man. Yeah. Just like in any acting movie. You can't just get a big dude. I say acting movie. Not every movie you acting like. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah. But in any movie, the characters, you gotta believe the characters.
You just can't look
superhero
like
or not. You just can't look like.
It's all about the persona that you.
Yeah, exactly.
So sometimes basically what you're saying, you can't just make big names. You gotta get the right names.
They're right. That's exactly right.
Personality it goes so far to distract the fact that you may not look like the person.
Yeah.
And the big thing that killed me with Green Lantern is the fact that it should have been more like the movie we watched tonight, because the Green Lantern is the DC's kind of Star Trek-y stuff. It's their intergalactic stuff. It gets the universe out rather than one red sun.
We're on Earth the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, like they should have been more like this film, and rather than being on Oa for 20 minutes and then back on Earth fighting whoever it was
with race cars.
Yeah, I mean,
race cars and roller coasters.
Great constructs, guys.
They couldn't do better than that. What can we do with 15 grand? That's all we got left. That's all we got left for this movie.
Paid the entire budget for Ryan Reynolds.
We already got race cars preempted in, so it's okay.
From Guardians to Green Lantern, shame on us.
Yeah.
Well, we're just saying how Green Lantern should have been way fucking better, like Guardians of the Galaxy was. That's all we're saying.
Basically.
Again, you can reach Paul and I at TrinoussFilms.com to hire us as your creators.
Oh my goodness! But seriously, I mean, I know I rated it lower than you guys, but that's because I'm a dick and I rated stuff lower. I think it was a really good movie. I think it could have been better here and there, but it was overall. I mean, I'm telling folks to go see it.
For someone who hasn't seen it or knows anything about it, it's very important to people that you learn about it. You get it.
You're entertained.
That's it. Somebody coming that does not know the background of any stuff. I mean, I thought it was good. It was solid. It was a solid movie.
It was great. And it was pulled together. Again.
I mean, like I said, you don't need to know anything to enjoy this movie, which is always something I appreciate because I don't know anything about this in particular.
But testament
guard the galaxy? Wow.
That's like a really hard job.
It's so big.
Dude sneaks with a whole bunch of aliens. Yeah, that's great. So, pop quiz. Can we name all the trailers that we saw before?
Oh,
great pop quiz. Hobbit.
Yes.
First one.
Maze something.
The Maze Runner.
The Maze Runner.
Maze Runner.
And then the third
one. Cartoon.
Was it Hero 6 or something like that?
Yeah, Hero 6. Hero 6 was the cartoon.
And number 4 was there was 5 total previews before.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last 2 because I got so excited for this movie.
I don't know what they were.
Oh, anyways, guys, if you go see the movie, just try to pay attention to the preview and correct us for what we're wrong on, FYI.
I had seen like every trailer already, though.
Yeah.
I did not see the Maze Runner. That was new to me.
Yeah, that was new to me too, actually.
I go to
YouTube all the time.
No. I'm not even gonna plug their site.
Yeah,
but I go to a site that
if you'd like to know
everything.
If you'd like to know a trailer, you can contact PK at TrinousFilms.com. You might be last because DC's contacting us soon.
But no,
I'm trying to.
Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
That's embarrassing. How do we not?
Okay,
get
so
that?
Everyone's excited about Ninja Turtles.
Is there anything else we should know about them? They're ninjas.
Oh, she's so bad.
That's really bad.
They're not.
It's like what's it?
But it's got
your homeboy Mark Wahlberg.
It's got good early reviews.
Carlos' favorite Mark Wahlberg. And his line in Transformers, I think we found a Transformer.
I think we found a Transformer.
Mark Wahlberg's great, by the way.
Say hi to your mother.
I mean, nobody could do that.
So you tell me that we found a
I just
Transformer
want
in
to
the
see
junkyard?
a Mark Wahlberg, Keanu Reeves movie put together. I mean,
that needs to happen.
If we do that,
it needs to be based off surfing. They need to be surfing the whole time.
Yes.
It's like a point and break.
Maybe time travel,
kind of like
time traveling robots.
Yeah,
sex robots.
I mean,
surfing time traveling robots. Is that a thing?
Could they redo?
Hey, Optimus Prime and help you fight a 34?
I feel like robot. Why do they make him a scientist? Mark Wahlberg, scientist.
I think he's an inventor.
I'm pretty sure he got his GED. He didn't graduate.
Did he even get his GED?
He's on a bunch of DIY sites.
He loves the DIY.
I love Mark Wahlberg.
I mean, Shooter.
Every movie's in.
Shooter's an amazing movie.
I mean,
don't get me wrong. He's hit, but I'll say the picks of the films that I'm not saying it's him.
He's great, bro. You don't
Guys,
know.
film selection could be a little better.
Great. He's great. Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
He's great, bro. He's great.
Nah, man, we're not even on Marvel movies anymore.
No, yeah. That's when you know it's coming towards the end of the show, guys.
Yeah.
We really get on topic.
It's wrapping up.
We talked about the movie.
All right. Well,
I think next week what we're doing. Let's talk about what we're doing next week.
Ninja Turtles.
Are we doing
Teenage Mutant
I'm
Ninja Turtles? Guys.
I'm down with Ninja Turtles next week, actually.
Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles next week.
Okay,
Get ready.
quick question before we end this. What do you think this is going to be like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you going to try to rate this before you see it?
As we
bring it to rating.
It's gotten great reviews.
Off of the trailers that you've seen, what do you think?
No, like just looking at the trailers, I think it's gonna be a 3. But looking at my heart,
gotta listen to your
I
heart.
think it's gonna be a 10.
Well, it's like when
It's the Ninja Turtles, bro. What are you talking about?
Hey, I'm going at least 9.
It's how I feel whenever somebody tries to rape my childhood. It's you don't feel comfortable with it right away. You know?
I'm gonna say
10. Fucking 10.
It's probably gonna be like a 5 or 6. If Vanilla Ice is in it, maybe a 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Oh wait, are you saying there's gonna be a Ninja Rap bring back?
I mean, if Vanilla Ice is not in it,
Go
it's
Ninja,
definitely
go
not a
Ninja.
four.
I mean, if you really honestly, in that with that brought up, if you make any film, if it be about Alzheimer's and stuff like that, and you add Vanilla Ice to a Ninja Rap, you're gonna bump up 2 points.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's just science. That's science.
you're gonna win the weekend box office, midnight showings. I'm just saying. That's how it
Studies
works.
have shown that is fact.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
I went
great.
dark with Alzheimer's.
Knock on wood. We're gonna be headed out.
I forgot.
All right, for Paul Kelly and Spoiled, Brad, Colorado,
What's up?
Mike.
Star Lord.
AKA Tim.
We've just spoiled it all for you. You've been spoiled. Is that a catchphrase? Can I make that a
Is that thing?
Can I make that a
right
thing?
there.
You've just been spoiled.
You've just been spoiled.
Sounds like rotten milk.
Yeah, like a-